Hey Kim, comments on week two needs assessment. There are two assignments. The first one comparing different models. You picked two training needs assessments, which is okay. I didn't. I think in future I would be more specific and tell people to really look at kind of community needs. Um, the just sort of bear in mind the purpose of the course. Um, but they were in the toolbox. I think I wasn't convinced. To be honest, I wasn't sure whether you went beyond the blurb that was in the community in the toolbox to actually learn about the needs, about the models. You sort of cited two blog posts, but that didn't really talk a great deal about the models themselves. So I wasn't quite sure uh, whether your analysis was really sort of involved in understanding kind of what those models were, and that's kind of partly what I mean is I want in this course I want you to sort of really engage with the material, understand what's this model trying to do, what's this model trying to say, and I appreciate that there's limited time, as you said, but it is a master's degree program, right? So we are looking to get beyond sort of superficial reciting of what someone else says about it and go to say, what do we think about this? What's our understanding of that? So that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. When in your review of the alliance, it reflected some of the conversation that we had. I think that there's a critical point here I can't emphasize enough. When you mentioned about identifying needs, do you then provide a list of services? Now, what's implicit is that behind those services are some needs, right? But there are real risks with thinking with sort of equating needs and services, because it can lead to this sort of self-perpetuation of services without necessarily kind of solving a problem or addressing a problem. I said this is I take a sort of a bit logical, positivist view of the world, which is there are issues to be addressed and solved, and you direct resources effectively as you can to solve them. If you say what's your need, and you say not you, but obviously the alliance, what's your need? You say whether these are the services we provide, therefore there are needs. That's a circular way of reasoning. The point is you need to define the needs before you come out with the services, right? So, and I understand that you are really just repeating kind of what you hear from the chief exec. There is, it is fine to be a sort of an organization that is driven by the needs of the community in terms of people coming and saying, here's our problem, here's what we need addressed, right? That's an okay, there's nothing sort of wrong with that rather than coming in with a fixed idea, here we're going to solve a problem. But having an awareness of the difference, I think, is important, and having awareness of the risks of defining needs by services and how you might never then get out of that cycle of saying we need more services because we have these needs, and then you provide services and there are people with the needs. Now, how do you ever say we've done enough? When do you say that? And the PDCA cycle is basically a way of trying to bring in continuous improvement, so you're tracking needs independently of the services that actually are there running to justify them. I hope that makes sense. So I'd like you to, so your report would have been better if you'd have sort of made that point, distinguish between needs and services. You did sort of comment on the, reflecting on the exec's view, which is good. So, I want to see you thinking about this. I'd like to see you draw on the material, that we provided, right? That these are actually linked, right? All the needs assessment models and things like that are linked to this practical case study, right? So the idea is you pick something up from there and then apply it, and so that gets back into the models that when I was asking you to compare models. It's like, what models might you use for this particular organization? I didn't make that clear, and that's a good learning for me. All right, okay, that's all. Bye.